it affects our business in almost every facet, because when you have your insurance costs increasing at the rate that they're increasing now, it prohibits our ability to invest. We would be investing more in our employees, and we would be hiring more people if we weren't having to pay these incredibly high premiums and the increases in premiums every year. And so I think that there is no doubt that this lawsuit abuse is having a downward and a negative impact on the economy.
Texas is working to recover from the pandemic, but abusive lawsuits against owners of commercial vehicles are hurting Texas employers. The lawsuits are causing the cost of insurance to skyrocket, even for companies that haven't been involved in an accident.
The scheme in commercial vehicle litigation really is this. Any accident truly, potentially can lead to a lawsuit in Texas today. We hear stories over and over about how the commercial vehicle owner or the trucking company driver really just was not at fault. But next thing you know, months or maybe a couple of years later, they're subject to a lawsuit.
And unfortunately, what that translates to for the trucking company, for the mom and pop out there, of which there are 90% of the trucking companies out there are mom and pop operations, they're seeing their insurance premiums jump from just a few years ago when they were $8,000 to $10,000 a truck to today where it's $24,000 plus per truck, even when that truck and that trucking company doesn't have recordable accidents. It's an environment that the industry cannot sustain, and we're seeing trucking companies close their doors and have been now for the last several years, and there seems to be no end in sight. This isn't a warning that this will happen. This is us pointing to the evidence and saying it is happening.
Our insurance premiums have gone up around 75% over the last 4 years. In 2019, our insurance premiums went up around 35 to 40%. And if there's not something done to combat this lawsuit abuse by these trial lawyers, either there's not going to be any insurance companies left that are willing to insure us, there's not going to be any trucking companies left that can afford to pay for the insurance, or we're going to have to pass those costs along to everybody else.
America relies a lot on our trucking industry, especially during times like these. And so when you're putting these really heavy burdens on them, there might be some companies that say it's just not worth it. Who does that trickle down to? It trickles down to everybody. It trickles down to you, it trickles down to me, because now the stuff that we need isn't being delivered to the places we need it to be delivered to.
Trucking is essential, definitely is, in our country and I think all over the world. So you will see first responders and also the trucking industry bring in, construction item, food, water. So the trucking industry is there too.
In addition to paying skyrocketing insurance premiums, the cost of paying a lawyer to defend one of these lawsuits can devastate a small company. Every dollar spent fighting an unnecessary lawsuit is one less dollar that can be invested in a company's employees or community.
They're coming after my family's well-being, my employees' well-being, my employees' careers. We're a small town, 4,000 people. There's not a lot of opportunity there, but I do believe our business is a great opportunity for a lot of our employees. And if you take that out of the town, that's just another business leaving small town America.
The things that matter are about how do I provide a better service, serve my customers better, take care of my community better. Those are the things we want to do, take care of our people better at ABC. That's what I want to focus on. I don't want to be focusing on this horrible lawsuit that in many cases I believe is unwarranted and unmerited.
I think if you love your profession and you really enjoy what you do, I think that's part of your life. I think I have a great job, and I'm proud to be called a professional truck driver.
Only the Texas legislature can end this lawsuit abuse. For more information about the destructive litigation against commercial vehicle owners in Texas, visit keeptexastrucking.com. Let's save these small businesses, protect Texas jobs, and keep our economy the envy of the nation.